Once again, if you look at HopeRice's or PureRice's heroes, they're absolutely stocked with potions. And DuffMcWhalen quickly losing all his ghouls, even with the aid of his Black Citadel. There's not really a lot he can do here. HopeRice does not have the mana for a healing ward here, but he's able to purge and kill off the Dreadlord, and at this point, the game is probably over. There's not much DuffMcWhalen can do, and his gold mine is running low at his main. If you look at HopeRice's expansion, he's got quite a bit more than 4 peons there, but that's because he ran out of gold and he had to use just long distance mining. So DuffMcWhalen here trying to summon some buildings, get a little bit of gold back. And it's the rest of the game is basically just PureRice just mopping up what's left of DuffMcWhalen. And Purge being used on the Death Knight, it does have an Ankh reincarnation, so it's going to come back to life, but it's quickly going to be sent back to the underworld where it came from. It actually kind of surprised me. I guess PureRice is not really microing here at the end. I guess he must have thought he already had this game won, because he doesn't even purge that Death Knight. And he did have mana for it. So DuffMcWhalen is not going down without a fight here. He's still repairing his Black Citadel, and he's still got his 2 heroes there. He still has a Wand of Negation with 3 full charges on it, so like I said, the amount that he had was kind of excessive. And here, his Death Knight's gonna die. It's being chased down by the Blade Master. When I go with the Blade Master, I like to put 1 point into Windwalk just for hero assassination, but the Death Knight's gonna die here to a Chain Lightning, and the Lich is gonna follow him. DuffMcWhalen is going to try and rebuild here in the top right corner, but there's not really a lot he can do. So the best thing that he probably could have done versus PureRice in this game was probably make some... well, Banshees was the right move, but continuing to go mass schools probably was not a good idea, especially against Tauren. A Bomb She is actually kind of a popular strategy. Maybe that would have worked a little better. I'm not really a big expert on Undead. How could PureRice have won this game earlier? Well, by making Siege, for one thing. Nobody ever makes Siege. It's kind of disappointing, because I think Siege units are some of the coolest in the game, especially Mortar. But, Mass Casters also works pretty well at taking down bases because it takes a little damage from towers and also healing wards. DuffMcWhalen actually does one little cool thing before the end of the game. I'll point it out to you guys. He's building 2 altars in the extreme top right because he wants to revive his heroes as quick as possible. And he also has 2 ghouls now that he just ran out of his base. He's going to use those 2 ghouls to harass, and he's going to use them to harass PureRice's expansion. But it's actually a pretty cool strategy you can do. If you're attacking somebody's main, you can just, if they have an expansion up, if they're human or orc, you can just take a pair of ghouls and send them towards the expansion, and 95% of the time they won't notice that you're doing that, and you'll be able to rip up those peons while they're defending themselves. Right now it's just basically PureRice tracking down and taking out DuffMcWhalen's expansions before the game's over. So DuffMcWhalen sending his 2 ghouls in here to harass HopeRice's peons here. There's absolutely nothing really that HopeRice can do with his peons except try and run them away, because, well, he didn't build a burrow there. That's why if you expand with Orc, just put a burrow there anyways by your peons. Against a human player, I guess they could militia, but they probably wouldn't notice. PureRice is basically just ignoring it. He doesn't really care at this point. He knows that his opponent has nothing. So DuffMcWhalen is indeed going to get his Dreadlord back into the game, but it's going to be sent back to the grave again. So who is DuffMcWhalen? I saw some people on the forum for the Imperial Guard clan suggesting that it might be Peon is Gay from Europe. My personal opinion is that it is not Peon is Gay. I thought Peon is Gay had another, also known as, and I believe it probably is an East player, but I have no idea who it could be. Probably maybe Sora or Ryu or Ryo, whatever his name is, but I don't know. I don't think it's Kazi either, but I don't think we'll really ever know. So DuffMcWhalen's just going to leave this game now. I apologize if this wasn't quite as good as some other commentaries I've done. I just finished an AP Chem exam, and I'm pretty tired. But I told Emperor I would do one up for him and you guys today, so that's my first commentary for the Imperial Guard clan. Hopefully I can try and do some more in the future. And I will be at some of their future tournaments. I also do showcast on their server. So I'd like to thank Emperor and the rest of the Imperial Guard clan for letting me use their server. So just waiting for DuffMcWhalen to leave the game here. DuffMcWhalen once again just trying to harass his opponent here. There's a lone Torn defending there. And that's probably going to be able to take down those 2 ghouls with Pulverize. No problem. So, HopeRice is going to be the winner of this game. He's going to portal back now and just finish off that Death Knight, and that's going to be enough for DuffMcWhalen. He's going to stop being a bitch and just end the game now, as soon as his Death Knight dies. So the final score for this game being 122,000 for HopeRice compared to DuffMcWhalen's 96,000. If you look at the hero kills, HopeRice, surprisingly, killed more heroes than DuffMcWhalen. So the Orc player getting more hero kills than the Undead triple combo. But that's because DuffMcWhalen didn't get as much creeping in, and he didn't stock quite as many potions on his heroes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll try and do some more commentaries in the near future, and peace out.